Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd do a whole video all about my skincare routine. Now, first of all, about my skin, I'm in my mid-20s. I've got oily combination skin, which still I can get spots. So here is my skin, all naked, all ready for you. Seeing as we're focusing on my PM routine, I thought I'd pop a tiny little bit of makeup on, just so you can see how my makeup removers work. And starting off with the Gatineau eye makeup remover, this is a Bioface Jobby. Basically every brand has one, but I actually do really enjoy this one. You give it a good old shake and then you apply it with a cotton pad, and this one I think works quite well. Personally, I wouldn't use this as just my only makeup remover, but it's definitely a good start and it definitely breaks down stubborn makeup. Moving swiftly into the bathroom, I have the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse. This is a cleansing oil which I like to use just to get rid of any residual makeup on my face. This one I quite like. It's good in your eyes. I have absolutely no time for makeup removers that you can't rub into your eyes to get rid of eye makeup because I wear a lot and this one doesn't irritate my eyes. But yeah, what I do is I just typically rub that all over my face even when it's still dry, and then I use a flannel or a muslin cloth. So here you can see me like rubbing it into my lips just to make sure that everything's sort of getting off and give my skin a nice exfoliation whilst I'm at it. I then like to go in with a cleanser and a cleansing tool. The cleanser that I'm using and quite enjoying at the moment is the Milky Jelly Cleanser by Glossier, and the aforementioned cleansing tool is the Foreo Luna. So speaking of the cleanser, it isn't tight on your skin, it's gentle enough, but your skin feels clean but not tight, which I quite like. Why I like the Foreo over a Clarisonic, although I haven't tried it, is because this you don't have to change your head and it's silicone, so it doesn't like absorb gack, so it's not sort of counterproductive rubbing it into your face. And what you do is you sort of rub it on your chin, both your cheeks and your forehead for 15 seconds. You can feel it vibrate so you know when to move it. It's just super easy and you don't have to charge it that often either, which I quite like. I bet you thought the cleansing was done after I've gone over with a flannel and just dried off my face. I like to go in with a micellar water. This one is by Garnier, although my favourite one is by Bioderma, but again, just a sort of final step. I like to use it to just sort of make sure everything is off and sort of prep it before I'm using any of my skincare products. One thing I did mention about my face is one thing it is great at is not being too sensitive, and that's why I quite like using acids on my face because my skin is pretty good for it. It doesn't really bother it too much. This is a glycolic acid toner by The Ordinary, and I like using this in the evening and just running it over my face with a cotton pad. I do not put this anywhere near my eyes though, just want to double check. Speaking of acids, this is a hydrating one. This is an oldie but a goodie, and it's Hydraluron by Indeed Labs. This is basically a hyaluronic acid, and I like to pop this one on first, although I think I will be trying the Ordinary hyaluronic acid offering before I repurchase this one, but this one is really good. Moving on to serums, this is by Kypris and it is their clearing serum. At the moment I'm just using this one up, and I would probably repurchase the niacinamide by The Ordinary, which I don't have at the moment because I finished it, but in the meantime this one's good, and actually it's a good product to show you how much of products I use. I feel like if something comes with a pipette it usually is a good measure, but I typically go for about a pea-size amount, and then I also rub it in between my hands and then rub it all over my face. I'm not a knobhead that like drips it on my face like on Instagram. I just think that's too daredevil for me. This is my favourite Ordinary product. It's the Alpha Arbutus. I know I've spoken about it a whole bunch. This product is a brightening and clearing serum. My skin seems to really get on really well with it. One thing I did want to note though is it is a little bit sticky when you first put it on, but that fades even if you don't put any other products on afterwards. But I just thought if you really hate sticky things, this is what it does. Now I've used all my water-based products, I move on to creams, and first of all it's my eye cream. I like to put my eye cream on first because they have a different molecular structure to normal face creams or like the rest of your face creams, so it's best to put those on first. This one is by Kiehl, and again it's one that I love, and I know I've spoken about this 1,000,001 times. I really like this eye cream because you can put it absolutely all over your eyes and it doesn't bother your eyes a bit. There are some eye creams that bother your eyes, which baffles me why they're on the market, but this one doesn't do that. So I love popping it, rubbing it in between my two ring fingers, and then just rubbing it all underneath my eye, then all over my eyelid, and I love it. It's great. And now for cream products on the face, this is the Azelaic Acid Suspension by The Ordinary. Again, this is a brightening treatment, which also it helps sort of clear the skin. I really do recommend going on The Ordinary's website and just sort of reading about what each of their products do so that you invest in ones that work for your skin. If you wanted to use this during the day, I don't think it would be a problem on your face, because I think it would work actually quite well underneath makeup. Because I don't have the niacinamide on hand at the moment, I'm actually putting the vitamin C into my routine. This is a product by The Ordinary which doesn't work with the niacinamide. But yeah, this is just another brightening formula. You can see a theme. I like to have clear and bright skin. Doesn't everybody? If you wish to pop any oils on, now is the time. This is the Rosehip Seed Oil by The Ordinary. I typically don't use oils every night, but whilst filming this I had a particularly dry chin, so I decided to focus it predominantly on my chin, but then I did run my hands and sort of pat it all over my face for just a little bit of extra hydration. I find this one works well for my skin, so I'd recommend it. I wanted to include some sort of miscellaneous or weekly skincare products that I do use, but first of all I wanted to talk about the cotton rounds that I use. Yes, I have a favourite type of cotton round. This is by the brand Delon. As you can see from the close-up, these are textured, perforated cotton pads. When you're using them with makeup remover, it helps remove the makeup a little bit more. That sort of adds like a little bit more of a manual exfoliant. I have quite a few favourite lip balms. This is waxy enough that you can layer it on and you can feel it still in the morning, but it's not too thick. This here is a Retinoid Treatment by The Ordinary. I use this about once a week. As I said, I'm in my mid-20s, so it's not at the forefront of my mind, but sort of having that in my skin routine I think is a preventative strike. Luckily, whilst filming this, I didn't have any major spots on my face, but just in case I do, I have this on hand. This is by Mizon. This is basically a sulfuric acid solution which you do not shake up. What you do is you take a cotton bud, you stick it all the way down to the bottom so it dips into the pink powder, pull it up and then dot it on anywhere where you've got sort of a breakout or a big spot, and either this dries it out or clears it up. I love Biafine and I love having it on hand if my face skin is feeling pretty sensitive, or if I've got sunburn or a new tattoo. I have put this all over my face, particularly after I've used a retinoid treatment. If my skin the following evening is feeling a little bit tender, love having this on hand. It's basically like an all-purpose great emulsion, and you can get it on Amazon. Along with chemical exfoliants, I also love having a manual exfoliant, again because my skin isn't that sensitive, it works quite well with them. This one is by St. Ives and this is my favourite one that they do. It's the green labelled apricot one. Moving on to face mask, I wanted to mention this one by Origins. This is the Clear Improvements face mask. This is a clay-based mask, but why I wanted to mention this one is it's sort of more of a gel formula and it washes off really easily. I find sometimes with clay masks, they can sort of dry down and it's really tough to remove, whereas this one isn't. Although a new addition that I have been absolutely loving to my mask arsenal is the La Roche-Posay Effaclar mask. I love the Effaclar line that they do. Washes off super duper easily. It's almost like a cream that dries down kind of powdery. And next up we have the Blood of My Enemies. I'm kidding. This is the Ordinary's AHA and BHA mask. I love this stuff. This is an exfoliating mask. Again, I only use this about once a week because it is quite potent. You look like you've smeared blood just all over your face. Let it sit there for 10 minutes. I don't let it go over the 10 minutes because I think it can then start really making your skin peel, which nobody wants. But yeah, this is fantastic. It makes your skin feel amazing in the morning. Again, if my skin's feeling a little bit sensitive, I do have the Glossier Priming Moisturiser on hand. I don't use this all the time, but when I do, I like the results that I see. And also something that is probably the most important out of all these products is SPF. This one is by Kiehl. Again, I think they've changed the packaging. This is their SPF 50 and I love it. I think it's great. After a little bit of massaging in, it just goes right on into the skin and protects your skin from the sun, which you definitely should do. I know it's winter, but you should totally do it now anyway. And that is everything. I hope I have covered everything. But if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. Also, if there's any products that you think that I would like in regards to skincare or indeed makeup or whatever, please leave those down below. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do it. I donkey dare you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and I shall see you soon. Bye!